Welcome. In front of me is a Realme 16 and today I will show you how you can enable and also set up your portable hotspot. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top of your screen. Now make sure you do it from the right side, as that's where our toggles are, and that's what we're looking for. And somewhere in here you should hopefully have your hotspot visible. For me it is right over here, but there's multiple pages, so check out once if you can find it on the first one. And if you still can't find it on any other pages, you can click right here on this pencil and then click on the plus right here. And from the list right here, once you see it, if it's grayed out, it means that it's added. If it looks more like this, then it's not added. So from there you can just simply tap on the icon, it would get added to the list. Click somewhere on the empty space, done, and it will stay in this list. So if I swipe down again, you can see that the toggle is still here. So from here, once you find your hotspot, first time around, I recommend holding it. This will give you some more options like the name, the password, and so on. And we can also click on more settings and then select hotspot settings and probably change the password. As this password is randomly generated, so it's not very easy to type it in. So I personally like to set something up that is a little bit easier. I don't really care about security of a hotspot. It is a hotspot that I turn off once I'm done with. So I would usually make something like this. Simple, just like my memory. And it will need to have at least 8 characters in length. That can be letters, numbers, both, doesn't really matter. So that's one thing. The name of the hotspot, it can stay this way. You won't need to type it in. So you just need to look for this name, which typically is going to be the name of your device or the model of it. So in here it's Realme 16 5G with some model number, specific ones. But the first one, Realme 16, is what matters. That's the phone. That's what you will be looking for in your Wi-Fi list. In terms of security, I recommend keeping it as it is. There are other options. And then below that we have AP band. We have two options, 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. And now to go into more details about this, just so you know a bit more about this if you don't already. These are two different frequencies. Now, the lower the number is, the kind of older it is. 2.4 is basically any device that has any kind of Wi-Fi connectivity. If it came out 2 freaking decades ago and it supported Wi-Fi, it supported this. Now 5 gigahertz is going to be an improved version of Wi-Fi frequency. So it has improvements over the 2.4, but it has also downsides, and the downside is if that 2-decade-old, for instance, laptop only supported the 2.4 gigahertz, so it was only labeled as Wi-Fi, that's it, that means that it will not support this. So newer Wi-Fi iterations like the 5 gigahertz, 6, and so on are not gonna support, or you won't be able to use them with an old device. Now, devices that came out recently that have something like Wi-Fi 7 or 6E or 6, these are all backwards compatible. So the higher the number, the newer the tech or the Wi-Fi. And also if you have a number and letter, that usually means that it's like, for instance, you have Wi-Fi 6 and 6E. 6E is newer over just the 6. And then you have, again, 7, so on. So, with that being said, typically, all you really care for between these two options is the difference is just Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi 6. I know that could have been named a bit better, considering it's 5 gigahertz. It was literally there on a silver platter, Wi-Fi 5, and then 6 for 6 gigahertz instead of 6E, and 6 for 5 gigahertz and 6E for 6 gigahertz. It's stupid. It's downright retarded, but you know, it is what it is. So just know that the higher the number, the better. You can use whatever you have right here. Anything that is with the Wi-Fi 6 and up will basically use everything here. And that's just kind of like the explanation of this. Now, the benefits and downsides. Wi-Fi 2.4 is the original one, so its benefit is that any device can literally connect to it, as long as it has Wi-Fi connectivity. The downside here is that It is a little bit slower compared to the 5 gigahertz frequency. Less devices can be connected at a given moment over the 5 gigahertz. Latency usually will be a little bit higher over the 5 gigahertz. And the one that will actually matter, unlike the ones that I just labeled, will be the interference. So 2.4 gigahertz network is a little bit more prone to interference from other signals, 2.4 gigahertz ones, and this could potentially happen because of smart devices. So, the Internet of Things bullshit, people having an entire household full of smart light bulbs that all use 2.4 gigahertz network, those could basically create traffic on this frequency, causing you to not be able to sustain a connection to your own hotspot. That's what interference does. Now 5 gigahertz solves that problem. It's much more accommodating for the same amount of devices without actually, having this kind of traffic interference happening to you. But obviously, if your 2-decade-old the laptop never supported 5 gigahertz, just because you have interference problems, it still won't be supporting 5 gigahertz. So choose accordingly. Anyway, lastly we have hide hotspot. Don't recommend doing that. This would mean that you need to type in the exact name right here with all the spaces and everything correctly, and the password in the Wi-Fi list, but instead of picking it from the list, you actually need to select add a network and you need to type that in yourself. Now make sure that whatever you change right here, you save the changes, and when you do, it just goes back to the hotspot page right here. And I do want to point out a couple more things. Connection manager right here lets you see how many devices are connected right now, how many you have blocked, and also how much data has been used. This is actually a very nice option right here, allowing you to change the amount of data that the hotspot can use, which if you have a limit on your data per month, I would recommend utilizing this. So if you have 5 gigabytes, maybe select it to, well, that's kind of crap, I guess 1. Now there is a different way where you can have a little bit more control over this crappy design right here, because 1 or 5 is a little bit of a jump. Usually you have something like 5-10 gigabytes of network. If you have 10, maybe you don't want to use it all. So if 1 gigabyte is enough for you, which I believe it might not be, then you would be probably more interested in setting up a limit somewhere else, which I will show that in a second. Now, if you don't have a cap on your network, just don't bother with this. You can skip this altogether. You have unlimited, then it's not really a problem. So anyway, to set that limit, we're going to go into our settings, and we're going to go to, let me just back out, to, I think it's going to be mobile network. Mobile network, data usage limit, and then we can select data usage limit. We're going to turn that on, and we can enable an exact number. So this is megabytes. Right here, you can also change it to gigabytes. So like I mentioned before, we had 1 or 5. If you have 5 gigabytes as your cap, and select something like 4. Problem solved. Now you have still 1 gigabyte spare. Now here, the way it's set, and right now it's send alert, so it will just notify you, but you can send alert and cut off your data as well. Now this is what I would probably recommend doing if you have 5 gigs, and when you surpass that 4 gigabytes that is right here, your phone will automatically cut complete connection to network. So you technically still have 1 gigabyte left that your phone is blocking you from using, and then when you have an emergency, you can go back in here, toggle that off, and now you have access to that 1 remaining gigabyte. Now this is reset every month, which you would specify right here. So start calculating date usage from, and this is basically what day of the month you get rebuild, which also means what day you get your network refreshed back to full 5 gigabytes. So there we go. Those are some things that you can utilize for these purposes. Now to toggle it on or off, a hotspot, you can just find the toggle and tap on it. Now keep in mind, hotspot will consume more of your phone's battery, so you can either tap on it to turn it off, or as we've seen right here, it will automatically turn it off when no devices are connected for 10 minutes, which is a pretty nice option to have enabled. That means that when you done using your hotspot on your laptop, you close the lid, you put it in a bag, usually it will disconnect from it, and your phone will start a 10-minute timer, at which point it's going to turn it off, which essentially protects your battery from being needlessly drained. So anyway, with that being said, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.